Hi and welcome back. Today, right now, I'm gonna be talking about all the books that are on my physical TBR for 2026. As of right now, I'm filming this January 10th. And yes, I already bought new books in 2026. Don't mind me. Also, this sweater, I'm obsessed. This, I was like, it's not that many. And then I was like, grabbing all of them from my shelves. Oh my goodness, that's not that many at all. This is so heavy. Yeah, that was gonna happen at some point, wasn't it? It just fell. It's fine. So I'm gonna talk about like books that I have started. Someone's making a lot of noise down the stairs. I'm sorry if you can hear a kid crying in the background. She's not alone, okay? She's fine. We're gonna go through all the books that are my physical TBR. If I'm planning on reading them, if I'm like not sure if I'm ever gonna read them, the reasons behind that, what it's about, if I know anything about it. So let's just dive straight into it. These are in no particular order at all. So let's just start with the book that's at the top, which is Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. Dang, my lighting is annoying. Wait, I'm gonna do something. Like this, it's less reflective. That's better. I am a little bit darker now, but that's okay. So, Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. This book has probably been on my TBR since the very start of my reading journey. I don't know why I haven't started it, to be honest. Because, I like rom-coms. But I haven't started at all, so... Also, what was this about? I have no clue anymore. Let's just find a random sentence and see if it's intriguing or not. Or that we've grown too far in opposite directions to ever meet in the middle. Yeah. So, Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. Again, it's been on my TBR for ages at this point, like years. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read it. Might read it. Don't know. Then we have Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I'm so sorry if you can hear that. I'm just gonna keep going, otherwise I'll be sitting here for like ages. Anyway, so Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. This one's been on my physical TBR since like June. So not that long. I just haven't really been in the mood to use my brain and read STEM stuff. But as you might know, at the start of my reading journey, I read The Love Hypothesis, loved it. Then I read Love in the Brain, hated it. And then, when Deep End came out, it sounded intriguing, it sounded different from her other books and more like the books I really enjoy reading. So I was like, I'm gonna try. Enjoyed it, so I decided to read Problematic Summer Romance. Also enjoyed it. So why wouldn't I enjoy this one unless it's a lot like Love in the Brain? And it's not the STEM. I don't know what it was with Love in the Brain, but it wasn't for me. I didn't like it. I don't know what it was, but I did not enjoy that book at all. So I want to try reading again a STEM romance by her. So this one. And then, what do I do? He asks, fitting his fingers in the dips of my ribs. Oh, this one. Then Wicked by Gregory Maguire. I am obsessed with Wicked, and I really want to read the book. I know the book is different in the sense that it is more of a classic book, the way it's I don't love this layout, to be honest. But it's Wicked, City of Emeralds. I'm not even sure if this is the actual Wicked book. I know that there is a different version of it, which I'm not sure if the story in it is different, but anyway, I got Wicked. I think it's been on my TBR again for over a year. I want to read this for a vlog, for a reading vlog, because that just sounds fun. unless I fucking hate it, which would suck. I know that it's darker than the movies. It's not a musical. It's a book. It's. But I enjoyed both movies. I enjoyed the darkness of the second one, so I think I'll enjoy it. And I enjoy reading darker books, so that's not gonna be a problem. I think. I'm just not sure what to expect. Let's do a sentence. In Mama's case, from calling grounds to rush margins, then quaddling lowlands, it's actually a penance of the most severe sort. I definitely think this is gonna read more like a heavier fantasy, which I'm not in the mood for a lot of the times, but it's on my TBR. Then we have Dead Girls Don't Talk by Sandra J. Paul, which is a Belgian author, and this is actually one of those flip books. So on one side you have the story of the victim, on the other side you have the story of the murderer, killer, I don't know. This is like a mystery, and in the middle you actually see what happened. So I've heard a lot of things about it that it's really bad. But it sounded so intriguing because it's like one of those flip novels. Do I know how to fucking track my page count in this? No. I do not know how to do that. But you know what? It sounds fun. So you have That Girls Don't Talk, but this one does. And That Girls Don't Talk, Lucky for Me. It's about two best friends. It's signed, which is also really fun that it's signed. It's signed double. So, I want to read it. Just don't know if and when because of all the fucking bad things I've heard about this. But we'll see. Then we have The Koning van het Kultkind, which is a Dutch book. It's a biography. I want to read it. It sounds like a fun read in the way that the way it's written sounds fun. Queen of the Dome, which is like one of those Amazon published books that I got at some point. Because I saw quotes on social media, and then I read the what's it called? Reviews, and I was like, what? This might not be that good. It's by Amisa. Again, I don't know. I want to try it. Let's read the sentence. We're making a pit stop. It still sounds fun. Like, I like reading indie author books, so. Wow, the first sentence is the dumb brute and the deceiving bitch, the voice crackled from behind him. Then we have The Hunger Games by Susan Collins, a classic that I haven't read. I want to read these books for a vlog as well. I like the movies. I like Shatter Me, which I think will be like it's the same genre. So I want to try reading this for a reading vlog. Yeah. The Hunger Games. Do I have to say anything about this book? I don't think so. I think we all know what it's about. And we have Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I haven't read Fourth Wing, which I feel like I should, but I haven't read it, and I don't actually think I'm gonna read it, to be honest. Which is because I've heard a lot of things about the author that I don't really like. This book again has been on my TBR for so long, but the hype is still real, so might read it. Probably won't. But look how ginormous it is too. No, the single word from Tyrant rumbles through my entire body. Do not speak of it. Okay. Bitch. Fourth Wing. Don't have to tell you anything about that one. Then You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hoggle. I actually DNF'd this book. But it's like on a DNF for now, because I wasn't mentally doing well when I started reading it. So I might end up picking it up because This cover also just is completely wrecked. They fucking didn't close the door again. If you can hear it in the background, I'm so fucking sorry for that. I know it hurts. It hurts me too, but I can't do anything about it. That's on being a foster family, okay? What was I saying? You deserve each other. So I know a lot of people really like this story and this romance and the characters, but I don't know. It wasn't it when I started. So let's see. She thinks it's my fault. The invitations haven't gone out. I don't know. I haven't read it. It feels a little petty. Petty. I don't know. Again, it's been on my TBR for like a really long time. Then we have Cabin's Jawbone, the world's most friendly-ish difficult literary puzzle. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce the author's name. If you don't know what this is that book you have to actually cut it out. It's 6 murders, 100 pages, millions of possible combinations, but only one is correct. These pages are not in order, and only 3 up in the back it says only about 3 people have actually figured it out, which I would love to try it, which this stresses me out that I have to cut the pages out, but it sounds like a fun activity to do when I have time, which might be never. Then we have Milk and Honey by Rappy Kaur, which I did already start, which is a poetry thing, but I haven't really been doing it that much. I do like tabbing in my poetry books, the ones that I like. Let's just read a random one that I tapped. Emptying out of my mother's belly was my first act of disappearance. Learning to shrink for a family who likes their daughters invisible was the second. The art of being empty is simple. Believe them when they say you are nothing. Repeat it to yourself, like a wish. I am nothing, I am nothing, I am nothing. So often, the only reason you know you're still alive is from the heaving of your chest. The art of being empty. So, I want to do this. And then also I have Losing Myself Brought Me Here by Janae Cecilia, which is, again, a poetry collection that I have not started. But let's, try. Let's find one. I am a house with no windows. I do not want anyone to see in. I do not want to feel vulnerable, but soon I learned that I was, missing out on beautiful views. If I have no windows, people cannot see in. I cannot see out. So again, I like poetry. I just haven't gotten to these. Then Taylor Swift by the Book by Rachel Feather and Tiffany Tatru, the literature behind the lyrics from fairy tales to Georgia poets. I've started it again. I have reached fairy tale era, and I enjoy it. It's just not something that I gravitate towards reading all the time. But it might be fun to do a video on as well. That's a fun video idea to use this book. Anyhow, again, summer. Then I recently bought Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. Do I have to explain myself on this one? Listen, I'm working on my 2026 reading goals, which was finish or catch up to ongoing or finished series that I've started. I have read Binding and Keeping 13 and Saving and Redeeming 6. Next up, it's Taming 7, which is Gypsy and Claire. My hopes are low. My expectations are low because a lot of people did not enjoy this book and it did not live up to their expectations, so I'm going to keep it very low and see what happens. Again, also recently got Reckless by Elsie Silver, which is the next book in the Chestnut Spring series. Again, for my 2026 reading goals, I've read Flawless, Heartless, and Powerless. Next up, it's Reckless, and then it's Hopeless, I think. And I'm finished with Chestnut Springs. Then Watch Me by Tahira Mafi is also my physical TBR, which is the new spin-off book for Shatter Me. And it's about James Anderson, which James is the little guy in the Shatter Me series, if I'm not mistaken. Which I got it at I got it very cheap, so we'll see if I read it. I like reading Shatter Me, but might not read Shatter Me, you know? So this is Shatter Me series, The New Republic. I know a lot of people also like the Woven Kingdom series by her. Again, don't have a single clue about that one. And I have All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is book 3 in a natural series. Do I have to explain myself? No, I've read the naturals. I've read Killer Instinct. This is the next book in that series. Same goes for Bad Blood, which is the last book in that series. I got that series in the box set. So, and I really enjoyed the other books. So I think I'm gonna enjoy these ones too. That's all for my physical TBR, which is a lot, but also not that much. Like, if you look at all the books in here that I have read, this is really just a small portion of it. We are not touching on my ebook TBR, so the books that are literally on my Kindle ready to be read. That's a whole other video, because that's a lot more books. But again, that's for another video, for another time. I don't know when. So those are all the books on my physical TBR as of January 10th, 2026. Will I ever make a catch up? Like, will I redo this video at some point? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. That's it. That kind of scares me, all the books, because a lot of them I don't really want to read, to be honest. So, that's how I know tastes change, expectations change throughout the years, throughout your reading journey, which is fine and valid, and we can sell books, okay? Or we can donate them, or whatever. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Love you. Bye!